What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rain Race with my boy, AJ Richardson. And today we got a very, very special guest, my Italian brother, Danilo Gallinari. But first, go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. Now let's get to the episode. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rain Race with my boy, AJ Richardson, who is not here today because we in the Rico. And we got a very, very special guest here today. First and foremost, appreciate your DraftKings for looking out for your boy. We appreciate the love. Y'all go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. But we got a very special guest here today. We got my Italian brother. Not gonna cap. He was fucking me up the other day out here in Puerto Rico. I could do nothing with him. I'm not gonna hold you. I give credit where credit is due. We got my friend, a good friend of mine now. We just met, but I feel like I've known him for a long time already. We got Danilo Gallinari.
What's up, guys?
Did I say it right?
Perfect.
Yeah. I've been working on that.
Better than a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working on that. Nah, man, I appreciate you coming on here. I think it's very unique knowing that you're from Italy and you play at the highest level in the NBA 14 years, and just knowing your journey, knowing your path to get to where you are today. And everyone knows that everyone gets to where they get to in different ways. And I think you have to have different avenues that people can relate to you with. And I think with you and me, our perspectives will be completely different. That could just help somebody stir and give them more belief that they can reach their goals. So I think you getting on here is big time, and I appreciate you. So let's get right to it. Danilo, where you from and how'd you get started playing this game?
Thank you for having me.
For sure.
First of all, I gotta correct you. 16 years is not 14.
Oh,
but
that guy fucked me up here.
but it's
16,
okay.
don't take off his 2 A's. Those years count.
I'm from Italy, from a very small town, 2,500 people. Grew up in a farm with my family, and my dad was a basketball player, so he played 19 seasons as a pro in Italy. And so the love for basketball started there. I just started, going to the gym and watching practice with the team. I was 5, 6, 7 years old. And from there I started playing basketball, and the love started there. So that's the short story.
Was there any other sport that you wanted to play?
I wish when I think about it, I only play basketball.
Really?
Yes. And so when I had to play a little soccer, because in Italy soccer is huge, and all my friends were playing soccer. So I was the tallest one, so they just put me in a goalie and just being a goalie. But I only play basketball. When I think about it, I wish I played other sports too, more for the body. I think it helps the body to play different sports, and that's something that I think that they do great in the States, where growing up you get to pick and you can play different sports. You got the different seasons, since you are in middle school, whatever. So, but I didn't. But I'll say it was I'm here playing basketball. I played it for a lot of years, so it did work out for me.
No, hey, listen, you did perfectly fine. Let me ask you this: did you feel like it was forced on you to play basketball, or did you really did just love it a lot? And are you one? Like, do you have any brothers and sisters?
I have one brother.
Okay.
He's 9 years younger than me. Okay. He played college in the States. And he's now a coach. He loves coaching. He's one of the assistant coaches for the Detroit Pistons. So hopefully will become a head coach, in the NBA.
Yep.
No, I wasn't forced. Actually, my dad, the first game that my dad saw was when I was 16 when I signed pro.
Really?
Yes, he didn't want to be in the gym. He was very, you know, my dad was huge in Italian basketball, so he didn't want to, you know, put pressure on me or listen to these crazy parents that sometimes, you know, come to games and say crazy stuff. He just, you know, didn't want to be a part of it at the beginning. So my mom was the one taking me to games. But it was just, they never force it. So that's something that I take it for my kids. I will never, I will do the same that my parents did to me. I will never force whatever they like, whatever they feel happy with and they love. That's what they're gonna do.
That's big time. And I think that probably helped you in your development and just finding your own niche. I think he saw it could be a lot of pressure because everyone knows your dad.
Yeah.
And they're like, he doesn't want to put all that pressure on you to just go out there and be a kid and love it yourself. So that's big time. And shout out to Pops on this Father's Day, by the way. But so when did you figure out that you had a gift and you were just a little bit different from everybody else?
Probably when I was 16, 17.
Was it a moment? Something happened?
So when I was 16, I started my career as a pro. So I signed my first deal, my first contract, and that's when I started playing with 30, 35-year-old guys that were in first, second division. They were accomplished, and I was working out with them every day. And I'm like, well, if I can play against them, you know, I can go to the next level. So I can play from third division, I can go to second division. From second division, I can go to first division. And then first division, all of a sudden, I'm playing in the EuroLeague. And if I can play EuroLeague, the next step is the NBA. So that's you know, every year I was getting better. I was playing with better players. The level was getting higher, but I felt that, you know, I was playing with them every day, practicing with them every day, that I'm like, well, I'm
holding your own.
So I'm like, okay, let's try the next level. Let's try the next level. And then all of a sudden at 19, here comes the NBA.
Yeah. That's the interesting part about it, is like you're able to go pro so early and when you're overseas. And I wonder, when do you start thinking pro at your age, like where you're from? Because like we just can't do that. So I just wonder, like, when do you realize, like, hey, I'm good enough, I can go pro? Is there like a tournament that you go to or anything?
So there is not a tournament, but like the team, the club that I was playing for, they're very good juniors teams. And then they had the pro team in the same club.
Got you.
And so
they're seeing you all the time.
Slowly, they see you every time. And every year you get older and they pick a couple of guys to start practicing with the pro team.
Got you.
And then you start practicing with the pro team. And then the pro team, of course, is just like a pro team. So they have new guys, new contracts. Every year is like, you know, 5, 6 new guys coming in. And so it's like, okay, the next year, my dad was my agent.
Got you.
So, and that was something that I was lucky that because my dad became an agent after he played basketball, and so he was always my agent. So that was a good thing. And so he was like, okay, the president called me and said, you know, he wants you to be a part of the team next season. You're not just practicing. He wants you to be a part of the 12 guys that are part of the team. So I'm like, okay. And so from there, you know, you sign the contract, you sign the first contract. I'm like, the money's going to my parents. So I don't even know. I'm signing, I'm like, you know, my dad is there, sign this. I'm like, okay. So I don't even know, but that's the first signature. That's the first contract, the first meeting. And all of a sudden you are a pro. When I was not a pro, I was playing with the juniors. I grew up as a point guard. So I'm playing as a point guard. And I'm like, okay, I'm with the pros. I'm playing with guys that are, like I said, 30, 35. I'm still being a point guard. You come in, there are other point guards, and you got to play whatever role they let you play. That's the role that you're going to play. So that's when I started playing the 3. And so from there, you know, you understand also the process of like, nah, these ain't no, you know, kids anymore. Everybody playing, you're playing the point guard, blah, blah, blah. Be free, blah, blah, blah. It's pro now.
The very unique and the very, I would say, cheat code that experience helps you for the NBA faster than anybody else, because you got to understand, you got to play a role. They have some sort of vision for you, what they want you to be, and you having that at such a young age, playing against pros already, you just had a head start. Did you feel that way as you were going through it, or did you have to go through some bumps?
No, I had to go through some bumps for sure. When I was at 16, I played 3rd division, and nothing was guaranteed, no minutes, no anything. So you start the first practice, you're just like everybody else. Next year, I signed with another team, which is in 2nd division. The coach comes in and said, listen, I got you and this other guy at the 3. I don't know who's going to start. I'm just going to see and decide in training camp and everything. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's the challenge. That's I'm young and I'm playing against this guy. I'm like, it's on from day one. Practice, training camp, it's on. So, and then I play, the coach starts me, and I'm a starter the whole season.
Damn.
Now from A2, so from 2nd division, you go to 1st division, where in Italy you play with 6 or 7 Americans.
Okay.
And I'm the Italian young kid. I signed with Milan. And of course, that's another contract where I'm so happy to be in Milan, the team where my dad played for 10 years. He won EuroLeagues, he won everything. One of the guys that won the most, and I'm there playing for my favorite team, which is Milan. Excited and everything, but the coach is the same. Coach was great. Coach Sasha Djordjevic, you know, great legend, played as a player, and he's still coaching now somewhere. And he's like, listen, you are the young guy. The thing that you need to earn is the respect of your teammates.
Facts.
I'm like, okay. So from day one in training camp, I remember we were running, we go, you know, in Italy, sometimes they don't do it now, but back in the days, you go up in the mountains 10 days a week with no basketball. You're just running. It's running in the morning, lifting weights. You may be shooting a little bit in the afternoon. That's it. So from day one in the morning, we do this running test, and I get 2nd. He waits for me at the finish line, and he's like, sorry, guys, what the fuck are you doing? Why do you finish 2nd? You were 17. You got to finish 1st. I'm sorry. Okay. Boom. Kick me in the butt. I'm like, okay. So next day, tomorrow, same test. And this, by the way, the guy that was beating me over every time is Dante Calabria, which is one of the assistant coaches now for the Quebradillas, the Paradas teams. 2nd day.
Oh, fast, motherfucker.
Again, I'm 2nd. He waits for me at the finish line. The fuck are you doing? Bow. Like, oh my God. Okay, I like this. Anyway, I couldn't finish 1st. The old training camp, always 2nd. But game 1, I'm starting.
Yep.
Game 2, I'm starting. I started the whole season. So, you know, there was a test that he was putting me through every single day, but then I was the one starting.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you got to go through all these things, which when I was young, I was so excited to go through this. And that kick in the butt that he was giving me for a 1 week straight, it was a motivation for me. But then it paid off, and it was great. So
what was the moment that you figured out that you were going to go pro to the NBA?
My 2nd season in Milan, that was the season that, you know, I won the MVP of the league. I won the rising star of the EuroLeague. So all these like, you know, individual accomplishments that you get, you're starting to feel like, oh, okay, I'm a real player here in Europe.
Yep.
And then every game, my dad was dealing with this kind of stuff, but of course I knew that every game scouts were coming.
Were there. Yep.
And so when you know the scouts are there, you know that your name, they start to, you know, talk about you, and your name start to be in some people's mind in or programs in the league. So I was like, okay. And that's when everything started to get into my mind every day, thinking about, oh, maybe I can make it. You know, maybe the NBA, which was my dream, maybe it can happen next year. And then, of course, you know, you go through the process of picking an agent, because my dad could not be an agent in the States. So you got to pick an agent. You go through the workouts, combine, the draft and everything becomes real. And
the finals are here, and both teams are going at it to win a championship. But first, you know Run Your Race is sponsored by DraftKings. So go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. New customers who bet as little as $5 get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. If the finals aren't enough, DraftKings got you with same-game parlays with the shot for an even bigger payout. If sports betting isn't legal in your state or sports betting isn't your thing, DraftKings got you with DraftKings Pick 6. So go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. New customers who bet as little as $5 get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. DraftKings, the crown is yours. What was, I meant to ask you this, we're going to go back to that, but who was somebody that you looked up to that kind of gave, I mean, clearly your dad because he did it, but like, was there anyone else that gave you the blueprint that you were like, okay, I want to be like him? Was there anybody like that for you, or your favorite player growing up?
So when my favorite player was Michael Jordan, so I grew up, you know, watching him, and I guess my generation is MJ was MJ, so that was my idol. Of course, my dad and my mom. I always say that, you know, my dad was the player and everything, but the secret of everything is my mom.
Gotcha.
But when I was growing up, every summer there was the Euro camp in Treviso in Italy, where the best talents of all Europe were coming to play, all the kids, and the NBA players were coming just to represent and to see the kids that were invited. And one year was there was Manu Ginobili, which was one of my favorite players, Andrei Kirilenko, and Tony Parker. They were the three players that were invited that year, which was the 2 years before I got into the league. And so for me, just to share words with Manu and Andrei and Tony was amazing.
Yeah.
Asking them questions and everything. So those were, and Pau Gasol was there too. So those were like four players that I was watching on TV, and I was like, now I got them here.
Yeah.
And so they probably got tired of me asking questions for sure, because Manu talks about this to me all the time, you know, all the questions that I was asking. But I'll say that those four players for sure, the moments that I shared with them was amazing.
That's big time. So you get to that time, how many workouts you do before the draft?
I did 4 workouts. I did Memphis, New Jersey, New York, and Minnesota. I did New York, New York, New Jersey, and Minnesota. And Memphis, I did it in LA.
What was your worst workout, you feel like?
My worst was with New Jersey. The best one was with Minnesota. But my agent didn't want me to go to Minnesota. and he wanted me to go to New York. I wanted to go to get drafted by New York. Okay. So we finished the workout, and I guess I didn't miss a shot. It was an amazing workout. And I'm like, man, you did an amazing workout, but we don't want to go to Minnesota. So those were my 4 workouts.
What pick was Minnesota?
Yeah, I think so. New York.
Were they 2?
6. Minnesota was because Kevin Love ended up in Minnesota, so I think it was 5.
And you ended up going.
I ended up going. I was 6th pick.
So they could have screwed New York.
So I don't remember how, because I didn't even know, like, back then how, you get drafted, but you can get traded, whatever. But I wanted to go to New York, so we did it.
You did what you had to do. Let me ask you this: was there extra pressure for you before you, like, the second year of Mulan, right?
Yeah.
Was there extra pressure on you, understanding the magnitude that you were at? You got NBA scouts coming in every single game. You're playing for the same team your dad played on, and now you might have a chance to go to NBA. Are you embracing it? How are you handling it?
I did embrace it. Honestly, the difference between, like, me now and me then is that now I understand everything.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I didn't care. Like, I had so much energy. I was stubborn.
Got you.
I'm the best player.
Mm-hmm.
I won it, and I'm happy, and I got confident. I'm so confident in myself that honestly, that pressure, I didn't feel it that much.
Yeah.
I was just ready to go and so happy.
Yeah.
So every day, every game, like, if I go back now and play in Milan now, I will feel way more pressure now that I felt back then.
Yeah. Hey, that's probably when all our best basketball was, because you're just having fun.
Yeah.
That point was like, we knew whatever was in front of us, we were just gonna go through that motherfucker. It didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
That's
didn't
tough.
matter what. It didn't matter what, like, people were saying on papers, what they were talking. I didn't even, I didn't grow up with social media, but I didn't pay attention to the media. I didn't read newspapers. My parents and my dad were doing that, not me. But I didn't feel that much pressure, to be honest.
That's big. That's big. Well, hey, listen, it worked out for you. What was draft night like? What was draft night like for you and your family?
Crazy. It was crazy, but it was even crazier because I got drafted by the Knicks.
Ooh.
And they told me this, my agent told me 2 things. Listen, he said, you're gonna go, when you get drafted by the Knicks, it's not the same thing as getting drafted by any other team, and you're gonna get booed.
Yep.
If you're not number 1 pick, you're gonna get booed. I'm like, okay, who cares? So they call my name, and the old theater at Madison Square Garden booed the shit out of me. Saying all kinds of crazy stuff. And New York fans, they go crazy. They say all kinds of stuff. I can't say here all the stuff that I heard, but my English was very good already, so I understood everything. They went crazy on me. But
so you weren't ready for that.
I wasn't ready for that, but my agent told me before, so I was kind of ready, but not like that. And so I was like, but I remember my first thought was like, okay, y'all motherfuckers don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. So my motivation, honestly, every single day was to change those boos into applauses.
Yeah.
And so
that
was my motivation. And then the other thing is that when you get drafted by the Knicks, everybody goes, maybe they go to sleep late because they party, but they go to the party early. I was on TV, radio stations until like 1 a.m. Then I went to the restaurant where my family was waiting for me for 2 hours. Damn. And then party. And the next morning at 7:30, a car is picking me up to go to the Knicks facility. So it was crazy.
Oh,
crazy
shit. Yeah. Hey, listen, I know why you remember every detail of that night.
Every detail.
Every detail.
I can't disclose every single detail about that night,
sure.
but
it was a good night.
Good night. Good
it
night.
was a good night. You are completely right. Because when you become a Knick, they truly care about their basketball. And you're a first-round pick. Every single year, they want their picks to be home runs.
Yeah.
You feeling, I just asked you before, did you feel the pressure, Mulan? Did you feel any pressure coming to the Big Apple?
Not that much. Like I knew there was pressure, but like, for example, I always see it myself now and myself back then. I would have felt so much more pressure with the Danilo now that I'm older than the young Danilo. I was just ready to go embracing. Like, I remember my first 2 years we are losing. We won maybe like 31st games the first season and 33 the second season. I had teammates that they were scared of playing at the Madison Square Garden because they knew we lose, we getting booed. I'm like, we playing at Madison Square Garden. I'm looking at front row. I got models, actresses, actors coming to see me. I'm balling out. Where's the pressure? Where? I'm so happy to play at the Garden. But I understand now that a lot of my teammates, they were not that happy to play in that situation where you're losing, you play for the Knicks, and they're booing. You're losing, they're booing. You're winning, it's, everybody's happy, whatever. But we won 30 games, so we lost all the others. But I loved it.
Man, hey, listen. I played for the Knicks. We were winning. But when you lose, they want to knock you upside your damn head. And they just hold you accountable for every single little thing. But what was your welcome to NBA moment?
Honestly, my first season, I had back surgery, so I only played like 28 games. So there wasn't that season. There was not a welcome to the NBA moment where I was like, wow. But I remember I think it was my second season. We played in 1 week at home at the Garden. We played Cleveland, Lakers, Boston. LeBron comes in, triple-double with 55 points. We played the Lakers. Kobe comes in. Madison Square Garden record, 61 points. The Boston Celtics, the champions, they come in. They won by 40. So that week for me was like, holy shit.
Yeah, they beat the shit
We
out
got
of
some work to do, fellas. In 1 week, 3 amazing things happens, which were, of course, amazing for them, but not for us.
Y'all
but that was
forever.
Especially the game, the game against Kobe, which, me and Wilson Chandler, we split the minutes guarding him. I always tell Wilson that he was the one guarding him, but I did guard him a little bit. I mean, it was amazing. That
was the best one out of that week?
That was the best moment because Kobe spoke Italian to me.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And Kobe, when this was a great welcome to the NBA moment for me, because in 2008, I get drafted and I spent, you go to Summer League and Team USA is practicing to prepare for the Beijing Olympics.
Okay.
So I'm there every day to watch them practice, plus, the practice that we had and the games that we had. I'm watching them practice, and the trainer of the Knicks is with me and he was one of the trainers of the Team USA too. And he's like, listen, stay here a little bit more this practice because Kobe wants to meet you.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So I stayed there. I waited, he's icing, stretching. You wait maybe an hour after practice. And then not a lot of people in the States can say my name, right? And I hear somebody say, "Hey, Danilo, come here," in Italian. "Danilo, come here." I was speaking Italian in Vegas at Team USA practice. I look and it's Kobe.
Yeah.
So he's walking with the ice on his knees and everything. So I'm walking down the stairs and I'm there talking to Kobe. So that was amazing. He gives me shoes. I go back to my room and there is a letter that he wrote for me. And this is like, maybe I left the gym and I went back to my room like maybe 3 hours later and he wrote a letter for me.
Damn.
I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So from that was, so for me to play against him, and I'm thinking, okay, so, Kobe has been amazing with me. I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna say something nice before the game to me in Italian, whatever.
Yeah, nah, he talking shit.
He didn't talk to anybody that game. Before the tip off, you give a dab or you say hi, hey, good luck, whatever. He came on the court, stayed in his position, didn't move, didn't talk, didn't look to everybody, nothing. I'm like, okay. And this guy goes for 61. So that was
a bad man.
But there you understand, one thing is off the court, one thing is on the court. When you're on the court, that's where I really understood that, when you're on the court, it's might go out tonight with you, but on the court, we playing, we competing.
Yeah. Hey, look, he was a prime example of he don't give a fuck who you are.
Zero.
When we get in between those lines, I'm here to kill you.
Zero, yes.
My man wrote a letter to you and then dropped 61.
Yeah.
That's fucked tough. I'm not gonna hold you. That is a tough one.
Yeah.
The summer is here. That means more sun, more light, and more time with your friends and family. And you already know you do not want to be inside cooking, and that's where Factor got you. And Factor has made my life easy with chef-crafted meals, dietitian approved, and on top of that, ready within minutes. The meals always arrive fresh and ready to eat, so it makes it easy for my active lifestyle as a pro hooper. Factor isn't boring like your other meal preps. They offer you 45 different menu options weekly. And these options include Protein Plus, Calorie Smart, and Keto, and many other options. From a nutritious breakfast to a premium dinner and even desserts, Factor got you on every meal. My favorite dish is creamy lemon pepper chicken, and another go-to for me is a cranberry apple pork chop. Every Factor meal has been great so far, and they're ready within minutes, whether I'm in a rush for practice or a game. Get started at factormeals.com/RYR50off and use code RYR50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code RYR50off at factormeals.com/RYR50off for 50% off plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/RYR50off.
So when did you feel like the game slowed down for you? You're carrying the pressure of being the first round pick for the Knicks. You get back surgery your first year. It's not going the way you wanted to go. Mm-hmm. When did it slow down where you like, okay, I know where I am. I can slow this down and I can really focus on being the best player I can be?
So, you get drafted by the Knicks, a lot of pressure, whatever, and you want to show, what you got the first season, but boom, back surgery. Mm-hmm. So not how you want to start. Second season, I'm healthy. I'm ready to go. I'm starting, playing a lot of minutes, but I'm not playing well. Mm-hmm. So I remember I have this meeting with Mike D'Antoni, the coach, and I'm saying, listen, man, you spoke Italian too. I'm like, listen, Mike, I'm not playing well. I'm not happy the way that I'm playing. Tell me what I got to do in practice or in game, whatever, I'll do it, whatever you tell me to do. He says, I still laugh when he says, listen, from now on, you catch the ball F court, I want you to shoot it. So what you talking about? Like, I went into the meeting like all serious, maybe you got to work on this thing and you come in the morning and do this, do that, watch videos, whatever. No, this guy says, you catch the ball at F court, I want you to shoot it. I'm like, okay, thank you for the advice.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking all day, what is he trying to tell me? What's going on? In Mike's system, as you guys remember, it was, you know, a lot of shooters, a lot of running, go into the corner, shoot, you open, you shoot it, couple of passes, you shoot it, you open, you shoot it. If you don't shoot it, you sit down.
Yeah, he's gonna pull you out.
So I started to get into that mentality, and it was like, boom. It was a great season. I went to the sophomore game. I did the 3-point contest. One of the best sophomores that season. I averaged, I don't know, 16, 17 points. And the second part of the season, I'm the best player. So I'm like, okay, now
figure something out.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
You know, we have a bad season, but the Knicks fans are excited, whatever. And so I was like, okay, now I can play. I know what I can do. And I'm over, you know, my confidence is even higher, and I can be a player here. So that's when everything just started.
That's big time. I mean, it's always a moment for you that it kind of just switches for you. When was the first moment you realized the business of basketball it's kind of different for you too, because you just said at 16 you signed that dotted line, and that's when you became a pro. But when did you figure out the business of the NBA?
I figured it out very soon. My third season in the NBA. I'm with the Knicks.
Yep.
And I'm thinking,
the team that drafted you.
Yeah,
coming off a good year.
Coming off a great year. My third season, we are winning. We got Stoudemire, Raymond Felton.
Hey.
We got, you know, a lot of guys in, free agents. We winning. We in New York, so I've experienced the New York when you're losing, and now when we winning, I'm loving it.
Yes.
I'm playing well. We in New York, we winning, the city going crazy. We got paparazzi following us, something that I've never experienced in my life.
Yeah.
If I have a lunch in New York with Damari, we can't have lunch because we gotta have security. It's like crazy stuff. I'm loving it. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna be a Knick for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in New York for the next 10 years. I talked to the GM, he's happy. The coach is happy. Everybody's happy. Here comes the trade deadline. My agent tells me, you are on the table. I'm like, okay, I don't know anything about the business. So for me, you tell me I'm on the table. I'm like, whatever. Okay, I'll play the next game. I'm thinking about the next practice, the next game. I don't care. I talked to the GM and the coach. They want to have a meeting with me. We don't want this trade. We want you here. We don't want this trade. Next thing you know, the owner comes in. You are out. The famous Melo trade, Melo and Chauncey to the Knicks, and 4 of the 5 starters of the Knicks in Denver. We out.
The owner comes in and tells you you're out of there.
Yep. He comes in and said, you guys, you know, he said it to the GM and the coach, but he's like, you guys got to do it. If not, there is no other situations. You know, you got to do it. So here we go. The next day, they told us you were being traded, and all of a sudden we are talking to each other. Me, Raymond, Mozgov, Wilson Chandler, and somebody else was in a trade, and we were talking as like, guys, when is the next Denver game? When do they play next?
Yeah.
Can we stay here in New York a couple of days, party like crazy, and then go to Denver? So we're looking at the schedules. Like, they don't play until like Friday. All right. So I'm gonna call my agent and say, listen, I'm gonna stay 2 days in New York.
Yep.
And on the 3rd day, I'm going to Denver. He said, okay. All right, so the next 2 days, me, Raymond, Wilson, and a couple of other guys, we spent 2 days in New York.
Legendary.
Didn't sleep. And then we got to Denver.
Legendary crew there. Man, y'all did it right. Y'all did it right. But Kurt had a great question. Amari Stoudemire, he was on a tear. How special was it playing with him and understanding that you were playing with a Hall of Famer, in my opinion?
Yeah. So it was special because, well, for Amari, that was an MVP season level for him.
Mm-hmm.
So it was playing at an amazing level. But one thing that I took from Amari is a true pro.
Mm.
Takes care of his body, is day as a routine every day. Off days, he's in the gym with the routine. Game day as a routine, practice day as a routine. And my first 2 years in New York, I didn't play with a lot of guys like that.
Yeah.
So for me to see him coming in, he honestly changed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so now I'm starting to have a routine and talk to the trainers and the strengthening coach and the coaches, and every day make sure that we plan the day.
Yep.
We plan the next day. We're doing this, we're doing that. You take care of your body. You when you got to recover, you're not recovering at home just chilling. You're coming to the gym and do your routine. And so that's something that Amari taught me. And it was amazing, honestly, to play with him. He was an amazing guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy to deal with, to play with. And like I said, when you are winning in New York, honestly, there are no place like it.
Ooh. I can't say I agree. I mean, just the 1 year I was there, and that was COVID year. You can just feel the anticipation and just the love you get when you just go out there and play hard in the Knicks jersey. So I can only imagine being a first round pick. And then you start winning too. That got to be a different level.
Yeah.
But you get traded to Denver in the Melo trade, the legendary Melo trade. What is your first thought when you find that out?
I was shocked because I didn't know the business of the NBA. So of course I was shocked, and I didn't know what to think, what to do. You were playing with 15 guys, and 2 days later we play with new 15 guys, and it was just a shock. But when we got to Denver, we go to see a game, and they showed us, we were on a suite watching a game. They showed us on a big screen, and the crowd goes crazy, and they welcome you like that. You start to get good feelings. You're in a new city, but it's a lot of excitement and everything. And from that moment, the next day you're practicing, and the coach tells you got to do this, you got to do that, and you cannot think about the trade anymore. You got to focus on, you got to lock in. It's your job, and you got to play a new game, and you got to win games. And in Denver, they were winning for so many years, not winning a championship, but they were playoff teams for so many years.
And they were competing,
They were competing. So you get there and you wanna keep
go
that.
Further. Yep.
So, and now the coach that we had, of course, was a amazing coach, George Carr, one of the best coaches that I've ever had, and still talk to him nowadays. And it was great for me to be coached by him. And he told us right away, we're here to win. You guys are here to win. Probably a different system, different basketball, different guys, but you're here to win, and here in Denver we win. So
I definitely did that. Was there which team do you feel like in your tenure playing had the best chance of winning a championship?
So in my career,
let's start with Denver.
Yeah. So I had three chances of winning a championship.
Okay.
My third season in Denver, where right before playoffs, I tore my ACL. We were third in the West, one of the best teams in the NBA, projected to go to the conference finals. And that year, San Antonio was first, and we played 4 games with San Antonio. We had the series. We won 3 games, and they won 1. They were, slower pace. We were one of the fastest pace teams in the league, young. So we were, we had very good players. That year they got Andre Iguodala as a free agent.
Okay.
So we had a very good team, but then I tore my ACL right before playoffs, and of course that changes everything. That changed everything. Ty Lawson rolled his ankle. He didn't play a couple of games that we played against Golden State in that series that we lost 4-2. We were third, they were sixth. And Kenneth Reed, he had an injury where he didn't play a couple of games either in that series. So that was my first chance of being competitive and trying to win a championship.
Let me ask you this, because there's going to be somebody go through a situation that you did, and it's a part of the game. You have a team that has a chance to win it. You tear your ACL. How did you get through that obstacle? Because as competitors, we're pissed. You know what I'm saying? And when you're having a good year, you feel like your team has a chance, and something like that happens. How did you handle that situation?
So I've always been a guy that whatever happens, I always try to be optimistic and see the positive out of a situation every time. And I always think that, I always put God first, and so always everything happens for a reason. And the reason why everything happens has to be a long-term positive reason.
Yep.
Always. In anything that happened in my life, on and off the court. So when that happened, of course, I was pissed at the beginning. The first week is tough. You want to be on the court playing. Why me? Why this happens to me? Why? But then you realize, okay, this is what happens. Now I got to get back to work. If I don't get back to work, I will never play basketball again.
Yeah.
So I wanna be able to play basketball and do what I love again at the highest level. And so from the moment that I had to go, I did surgery, get back to the gym, is a new chapter, new challenge. Okay, this is what God puts me through. I'm gonna come back stronger than before.
Yeah.
And it's just a challenge that you put the biggest challenge that you're gonna have in your life is with yourself.
Yeah.
And so that was a challenge with me, and I want to be the best version of myself during the rehab.
Yeah.
Now I'm coming back from ACL. I want to be the best player coming back from an ACL that the history of the game have ever seen. Can I do that? How many players have been through an ACL and came back stronger than before? Not a lot.
No.
And so that was my challenge.
Yeah, and you did a great job. I mean, because I think you can definitely go down the wrong path when something like that happens. Just doubt, not understanding. Everything does happen for a reason. There's a reason God put you in this situation, because He know you can handle it. And you doing that just shows the fight you have and the mental fortitude of understanding the moment. And you really just can't do anything about it.
What up? Y'all know what time it is. It is time for Theo's Picks. But first, go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. Now let's get into the picks. NBA Finals time, Game 6, do or die. Back in Indiana. This is for all the marbles right now. This is for all the marbles. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going Indiana. I think Indiana's going to pull out this win. I think everyone's going to step up for Indiana. Going to have some pride. You're going to get some fight. The role player's going to step up. Everybody's going to step up. But I got Indiana winning. So go to DraftKings right now, download the app, and use promo code RACE. Now let's get back to the episode.
What was the second and third time that you felt like y'all had a chance?
My second time wasn't expected, but then we got into the situation where like, okay, maybe we can win it.
Yeah.
I was in Atlanta, my first season in Atlanta.
Oh fuck! You was with Trae Young.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I signed my deal with Atlanta. I signed the deal, and it was the first time, and you as a player can understand that I'm starting from the bench. I'm coming off the bench. So I played most of my years as a starter, playing 30 plus minutes a night, and then all of a sudden I'm coming from the bench. But, you know, I accepted it, and it was, you know, I believed in what the vision was of the owner, the GM. It was a young group of guys that had been losing for so many years in Atlanta. And I'm like, okay, let's see if I can do something to turn this thing around. I got there my first season. All of a sudden, we are in the conference finals. And so
that run was insane.
Yeah, it was insane. It was insane. So we make it to the playoffs. We play, we finished 5th. We play New York.
He don't even know I was on the team.
We play New York first round.
I was on that team.
Yeah.
And y'all beat the shit out of us, bro. Beat the dog shit out of us.
So I'm like, okay, first round, you know, in New York. It's great for me. If I can win in New York, it's amazing. And we win first game in New York. And then second game, we lose bad. We go back to Atlanta. And we win.
Built the ass.
We win game 3, game 4. We go back to New York. And okay, we go go through the first round. I'm like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
Is, you know, the guys. I'm the oldest one. We got some young guys, but we can do something. You know. Second round, we go.
Is it Philly?
We got Philly. I'm like, Philly. You know, they're good.
They're good.
they got that beast inside. We you know, it's gonna be tough. And we take that to game 7. We go to Philly game 7, and all of a sudden we win in Philly game 7. I'm like, what's going on here now? So we
cooking.
So we believe that, you know, the belief you go through the second round as a team that was not even expected to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And then, you know, second round, third round in the conference final, we lose against Milwaukee, who ended up winning the championship that season. So that was my second unexpected chance to fight for a championship. And my third one was the one where I really, you know, I got mad because I signed with the Celtics. It's probably one of the last chances for me to win a championship. I'm playing with the Italian national team during the summer. I tore my ACL again. That's where it was way easier to approach my first ACL than my second one. Because I'm like, okay, I'm 34. I tore my ACL. This is my last chance. I just signed with the Celtics. My last chance to win a championship. And this happens again to me? There's no way that this happens again to me. So that was tough. It was tough, but that was my third chance to win a championship. Of course, I didn't play the whole season. We lost in the conference finals with Miami. And so, yeah, that was my third chance.
Was some damn good teams. The Atlanta team. That team everyone played their roles perfectly. And you could tell y'all had a lot of guys who sacrificed. You had Lou Will. He special.
That Atlanta series, he was in each series, he was averaging about 20, 25 minutes and averaging 14, 15 a game.
Yeah, you were playing like starters minutes, but you were coming off the bench. I mean, you was fucking us up. We could do nothing. We could do nothing with you. What did you see something special in Trae when you was there?
Yes. Well, I think that the thing that you said is key. When you play in a championship team, you have to have role players. And that year we had a couple of injuries, and those two guys that didn't play were Cam Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter. They didn't play. They were injured most of the season. And so Solomon Hill and Tony Allen, they had to play. And they were amazing. Amazing role players. And Tony was starting as at the three. And Solomon came, we came together off the bench. And it was so easy for them to play and for them to play with Trey.
Yeah.
When you play with Trey, you have to have those role players. If you don't, the system is not going to work and Trey is not going to work.
Yeah.
So it was just perfect, the chemistry that we created. I could see something special in Trey because first of all, he was listening. He was listening to the coach. He was listening to me. And whatever we were talking about, he was able to do on the court. And then in big moments, he wanted to take the responsibility. He was young, but then when you see a player like that, no, give me the ball. I got you. Give me the ball. I got you, Gallo. I got you. Don't even worry about it. And then he does it. I'm like, yeah, we got one. We got it. You know?
You think he's one of the more underrated players in the league?
I think so. Because when we proved it, he proved it that season that he can be the star and he can be the star on a winning team. And then the older you get, the less young mistakes you do in the game. And so I believe in Trey, and I believe that he can be a star in a championship team.
I agree. I think it's one of those things where they just kind of in a fog over there. It's the same thing over and over again. When can they get over that? Give it that play-in hump.
That happened with every team that traded me. Just so you guys know. I'll tell you this. The Knicks traded me, everything went bad. Now they're back winning a little bit, but everything went bad. Atlanta traded me because my third season, they traded me to get DeJounte Murray.
Oh,
I signed 3 years with them.
Yes.
My third season, they traded me, and things didn't go well for Atlanta.
Yes.
The Clippers, I signed 3 years with them. My second season, we had that amazing season where we were not supposed to make the playoffs. We clinched the playoffs in the West with 7 games to go, and we played against Golden State, arguably one of the best teams in the history of the game.
Yes.
And we won 2 games against them, as you know, their first seed with AC.
When y'all down like 30,
we were down 31, so we hold the record for the biggest comeback in playoffs history in Golden State.
And that was Oracle, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. So we're down 31, come back and win the game. Of course, we had no chance against them to win the series, but we still won 2 games against that team. So after that amazing season, overachieving and everything, everybody's excited, they traded me and Shai. That's when Kawhi came in and Paul George came in, and they traded me and Shai. What was told to the team by us as players, we only need 1 star. We have a good group of guys, very good players. We only need 1 star to make this work.
Yep.
And then, of course, the player that came in decided that, you know, he wanted some help different from the help that we had. We all saw that Shai was good. I didn't know he was going to be at MVP level, but I knew he was going to be great.
Yeah.
We all knew it. We all saw it. So we were excited for the third season. But then here he goes again, NBA business, we get traded. And I don't think that after that trade, things went well for the Clippers, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, every team that traded for me didn't go well. The 2 teams that didn't trade it for me, OKC and Denver
won chips.
Denver won a chip.
OKC got a chip.
And OKC hopefully will win a chip. So
wow. Listen, that's why you don't fuck with the Italians.
Yeah.
Dog, that's tough, bruh. So, dude, I fucking forgot you were on that Celtics team. And right before, because you would have helped them tremendously.
Yeah, I mean, I was, was going to come off the bench and do my job, off the bench and
You would have been huge for them
especially,
in that series.
I think especially, against Miami, they really gave us problems with the zone that they played.
And they couldn't play that.
And I don't think that I think that I could have helped a lot with that, but in general, it was definitely a chance, but
Hey, look. What's your career high?
47.
Just scared of 50, huh?
I fucked it up. I fucked it up because we played at home against Dallas. I have 47 and it's overtime. And I'm thinking, I'm looking at my 47. I'm thinking, should I go for a layup or maybe a foul, or should I shoot the three to get 50? And I remember that I shot a three, and then they came back and they score the Raymond Felton, by the way, score the last shot to win the game. So I fucked it up. Yeah. Yeah.
So damn. My boy Ray got a game winner off that shit. Shout out to Ray.
Yeah.
Man, so with Shai, you were there for the beginning of Shai, and then you're on the bubble Shai, and Shai's starting to figure it out at that point.
Yeah.
Had Chris Paul beside him and Dennis Schroeder. How special was that group of just helping Shai get to another level of being a point guard that he is today?
I think that group was special, especially to have CP next to you and help you out. I think it was great for Shai. We had a great season. Looking back now, I think that we could have done more in the playoffs against Houston, where we lost Game 7. But it was a great season for us. And
they weren't even expected to win that year.
CP was great for Shai. We had a special group of guys, and it was an amazing season also because we overachieved. People, didn't think we were gonna make the playoffs. They all thought they were gonna, change the team at the trade deadline, and all of a sudden we are in the playoffs, and the city's excited. And March 11, boom, COVID happens, and it changed the course of the season, the history of the game, and changed everything.
So you was on the team. You were on the team when y'all played Utah and they called it.
Yeah.
What was that night like for you?
It was crazy because we are on the court, ready to go, and the ref is about to walk in to toss the ball in the air. And all of a sudden he stopped, and all three refs goes to the table, and we are ready to go, and they stay at the table, at the scoring table, and they're talking to each other, and they tell us, go back to your benches, and like, what's going on? And, being from Italy, we started to experience COVID way before the States.
Oh, shit.
And so in Italy, everything started in January and February, where we had, hospitals are going crazy. We have military on the streets, carrying dead bodies. It was crazy already. So I was feeling there was something related to COVID. I was just hoping not, because of course, you wanted to play, play the game, but you want to keep going. And then, the next day and the next week, that's when they announced, we don't play the game tonight, it's canceled. It's a COVID problem, and that's where, everything started.
I heard that night for y'all was crazy. You had to stay in the locker room for
We stayed in the locker room for 2 or 3 hours. You gotta. They had to check our temperatures. Luckily our temperatures were good, and all of a sudden they tell us, you guys can shower, you guys can do this, you guys can go home, and we're gonna call you later tonight and tell you what's going on. Of course, it was so late that nobody called us.
Yes.
To tell us what was going on, and the next day, they
see you like everybody else.
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah,
that's one of the things you won't ever forget. Playing for Team Italy, first of all, just playing for your country in general is honor in itself. What is that like for you, and how special was it for you when you first did it?
Yeah. So it's, to play for the national team, at least for my generation, is the dream. When you grow up, you are thinking, I want to play for the national team. Those are the guys that you watch on TV and the guys that you want to, play one day with and against, and to represent the country is something that is big for us. And only if you grow up, in Italy or one of those, European countries, you really feel how important it is, and how great it is if you can win something with your national team. I started with them at 17, and I'm still playing with them. So it's been, a very long ride, and I wasn't able to win much, unfortunately, but hopefully this is gonna be my last summer with them.
Okay.
Hopefully, we got the European Championship, so hopefully we're gonna finish on a high note.
Yeah. No, that's big time. I mean, doing it for so long, that's a blessing in itself, and I know you don't take it for granted at all. You saw, so you came into the league what year?
It was 08.
08.
Yeah.
So you saw pretty much 3 entities of LeBron James.
Yeah.
Is it still crazy to see him play at this type of level at this fucking age?
Absolutely. It's of course, my GOAT is MJ.
Yeah.
Because, when you grew up watching MJ and his, of course, Michael Jordan, but he's definitely number 2.
Yeah.
Is not even close. Like,
Yeah.
what he's doing, what he did and what he's doing, it's I don't know if it's possible to replicate. Of course, the records are made to be beaten. But what he's doing at his age, all the records that he has done are amazing, of course. But the record and the thing that impressed me the most is his mileage.
Yeah.
It's I don't think it's possible to do again, and to do again what he's doing, and the mileage and all the mileage that he did in his career. It's amazing how he can do the stuff that he's doing on the court now. I mean, I'm 36, and I feel terrible when the next day is tough for me.
Yeah.
So for him, I don't know. It's just amazing. So
I think one thing people forget: 8 straight finals.
Come on, man.
How tired were you after y'all went to the Eastern Conference Finals?
So the thing is that I was tired, but I wasn't that tired because that was my first year coming off the bench.
Oh, yeah.
So I went from playing 35 minutes
Gotcha.
to 22, 25.
Yeah.
And it's a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure.
So that year, I was like, it was crazy because I was like, man, I feel good. Back to backs, I feel good.
Yeah.
I want to play. I feel good. But, it's crazy. I don't know, I don't know. Is he feeling tired? How is he? Of course, he's feeling tired.
I don't
but
get it. I don't get it.
It's impossible. I don't know how he can do what he's doing. I'm honest.
It's insane. It's insane.
It's really insane. And all, like you said, 8 finals, the championships. He's been in the playoff almost every year of his career. Carrying a team down 3-1 against Golden State Warriors and winning a championship. I mean, he's done something that when you think about it, when you are living in it and you are criticizing him or trying to see the negative in something that he's doing during the season, but then you look at it now, it's amazing what he has done.
Yeah.
There is, like I said, there is only one LeBron every, 50, 60 years. I don't even know. It's amazing.
Nah, he is definitely on a different stratosphere than everybody else. Just like I told you, the 8 straight finals, no one's topping that.
Nah.
No one's fucking with that record at all.
I compared that. I don't know if it's a good comparison, but I compared that to the 2 3-peats that MJ won.
MJ? Yeah.
I don't know if you could agree or disagree. I don't know, but it's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. My next question is, that Golden State team that, y'all stole 2 games when you was with the Clippers. I don't know if there's ever going to be a team that was as good as that one.
I agree.
Yeah. They didn't win it that year, but we know why they didn't win it that year.
Yeah. If I think that everybody in Toronto knows.
Yes.
If players, fans,
yes.
if Clay and KD don't get hurt, Toronto not winning that championship.
Yeah.
Come on. There is no way. You honestly couldn't play that team. There was no scouting report. And trust me, we played 6 games. The shit that we did and we tried against them, we changed the game plan, not just every game, but inside the game, every quarter, you can't play against a team like that. You couldn't play. You got Steph, and then you got Clay, and then you got KD, and then you got all the other role players that are the best at what they do in being role players.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no way that you can play against that team.
What's a crazy scheme y'all try to do?
I mean, there was one thing we tried to do where, forget the double teams, we trying to double team, triple team, all that kind of stuff.
I know y'all double KD every time he comes out.
Yeah, but it was the game that we double team him every single possession. It was in LA, and he scored 35 points at the half. So that's, one thing we trying to do. I remember I was guarding Draymond, and I was guarding Draymond, but anytime Draymond either had the ball or without the ball, I had to be in the paint.
Okay.
Doing that, not trying to do the 2-9. So I'm waiting for the guards. They had to play on top, like they were top blocking everything.
Yeah.
Trying to send everything to me.
Yeah.
So, but the top block were kind of funny. Like the top block, they were really like, even when they got the ball, they were playing behind Steph, behind KD, or behind Clay to make them dribble and go inside the paint.
Uh-huh.
But of course, Draymond it's amazing, I think, in what he does. And if you do that, he's such a good screener, then with all the end-offs and the movement that they do, somebody's going to be open anyway out of those screens, and they're going to shoot wide open because I'm not up helping on the screen.
Exactly.
So I'm just down catching everything and everybody.
Yep.
So I'm tagging everybody, and all of a sudden, boom, somebody's shooting a 3. I'm tagging Clay and Steph is shooting. I'm tagging in the same action. I'm tagging KD and Clay, and Steph is shooting on the other side. So that nothing works.
Pick your poison. Pick your poison at that point. Well, I think that's all I got. We don't got nothing else. But I appreciate you getting on. Unbelievable podcast. You have an unbelievable journey. 16-year NBA career. Kurt, get your shit together, bro. Don't disrespect my man. He fought hard for them 16.
Yes.
I mean, that is miles. That's miles.
Basketball reference to that.
Yeah, for sure. But nah, I appreciate you getting on Run Your Race. And when we get our merch, we definitely gonna sing you some too. But I appreciate everything. Appreciate you, DraftKings. And that's another episode of Run Your Race with your boy TP. We out. Peace.